Hey, what's going on, everyone? Why am I gay? Why are you gay? Rocky and Rosie said, "Can you adopt me?" I mean, am I adopting both of you or just one of you? That's a pretty important question to have to answer right off the bat. Am I adopting one of you or both of you? I need to know how many mouths I'm like signing up to feed right off the bat, you know? Probably both. All right, fine. I'll take you both. You talked me into it. You talked me into it. All right. Adopt all of you? How can I adopt all of you? That's like more than four of you. I don't know how many people are here, but there's at least four. I'll get a shit ton of checks from the government. Oh, that's actually really funny. That's actually real funny. How many children have you adopted? 100,000. 100,000 people. I think it'll fly. I think it'll fly. I just say we go for it. Yep. I'm in. You guys in? We're doing this. Well, welcome on in, everyone. Really appreciate having you guys here today. We're just getting this thing started over here, so testing out some new stuff. We've been doing a lot of testing out of new stuff lately. We've been doing a lot of testing out of new stuff, and this is no different. Is it Friday? I wish it was. Is it? I am kind of already ready for this week to be over, if you want me to be completely honest with you. I am so tired today. I woke up this morning, couldn't go back to sleep, and then just been running ragged. Just running around like a crazy person. So just been running around like a crazy person today. But hey, some days be like that. Some days be like that, you know? Some days be like that. Whew. Came home, had to like slam down some food. Was in a hurry. Probably ate too fast. The lighting looks different today because the lighting is different today. I'm trying to fix something, unfortunately. Yesterday looked perfect, but I have to try something. So we'll see. My camera is blurry. It shouldn't be. It doesn't look blurry on my side. Ugh. I look a little retro with the video quality. That's weird because my video quality has not changed at all. My video quality is exactly the same. I might just turn down the lighting a little bit. It might have been all it is. Ah. It's just staticky. That's weird. Just needs a little adjustment over here. I can't see it well enough while we're already live. It looks pretty clean over here. Yeah, everybody over there saying it looks good. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, you guys. The other side, the other platforms are like, you look great. So I don't know what's going on over there. It's probably just the lighting. That's all it is. I am not in a different room now. I am not in a different room. So, yeah, same room I was in before. Same room I was in before. Thanks, Corey. Yeah, I've been just moving stuff around. I said I switched my desk around, and then all of a sudden my view started dropping. And so I was trying to switch it kind of back around to see if that affected anything. So we're just trying all sorts of new things. We're just trying all sorts of new things, you know? Because if not, I have to turn my desk all the way back around, and we'll see. I don't want to do that. It took me a lot of work to get here. Took me a lot of work to get here. What happened to the sign? Oh, I just never put it up. I actually meant to put it up today too, honestly. It's sitting right here. Yeah, it's sitting right here. I actually meant to put it up today and I forgot. Just put like right there or something. Should we put it up on the live? Should we just put it up right now? You can just put it up while we're waiting. Let's see. Ah! There we go. Right about there. There we go. I meant to put it up earlier anyway, so there we go. Might as well just throw it up there. Yeah, I actually literally I bought new command strips and everything just to put it up there. And then forgot to put it up there. So there we are. Hang up the painting of Bill Clinton in a blue dress. No, I wouldn't want to turn all those MAGA on too much. They get Bill Clinton in a blue dress, they might just, they might try to get all frisky with me. Dr. Carla, how are you doing? But I need to move that anyway. That's a perfect time. See, I'm just moving things all around as we go. I'm gonna move that back down here. Dr. Carla, thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships to start off the live. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely huge. Who even got those? Yeah, Julie, Dory got one. Hell yeah. Alan, Boba, Robinson, Armid, Hulando, Steven, Android, Duns. You had all sorts of people over there get them. Yeah, you've been. I'm happy Dory got one. Happy Dory got. I'm happy all of you guys got one. Okay, I'm happy all of you guys got one. I'm just saying, Dory's here like all the time, and she's always like, "Well, the freaks for Flynn." So I just recognize that immediately, and so thank you, Dory. I really appreciate. Sorry, thank you, Dr. Carla. I really appreciate it. I'm sure Dory does also, and thank you so much for the gifted to start the live out. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. And hopefully your busy has been good busy, not bad busy. You know. Hopefully it's been good busy, not bad busy. Hopefully. But thank you so much. Delissa, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Said, hey, Paulie, let's see how Bindi MAGA cult color can get, how far they can reach up their asses to argue debate for dump truck. I'm here for the crash out entertainment. Thank you so much, Delissa. Thank you so much. And Tara, thank you so much for the galaxy over there. I just saw that pop up too. Thank you so much for that. Sweet. I needed that for my gift gallery too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Tara. That's very sweet of you. I really appreciate that. And Delissa, thank you so much. And man, thank you so much to the 2 hours. Said Paulie W mood. Now we're waiting for the Barry Manilow. Yeah, it's a little darker in here today. We're kind of cruising. We're just kind of, letting things flow. Should I put on like the deep voice or something? Right? That's what we gotta do. I could do that. Never mind. I'm not gonna do it right now. I have voice modifier. I could just do it. Tracy, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months also. And Cat Mom, thank you so much for the roses. I think we're lighting up some stuff over there too. Interesting. And we'll be tracking that. It looks like we got some of the early results from the primaries in Texas coming in soon, so I'll be monitoring that. What do you mean, damn, Paulie? What'd I do? What was damn Paulie for? What did I do? All right. Well, let's open up the phone lines. Let's get this thing started and see what we got out there. I'm going to move this camera down just a bit. Just a itty bitty bit. Cool. Let's do that. And, oh, hello. Welcome to the late night show with Paulie. Playing smooth jazz. Playing the late night hits from the late 80s and early 90s. Oh, okay. See, I have a future in radio, late night radio DJing if I need to, right? I have a future in late night video and like radio DJing if I need it. Could work out for me. Who knows? Could be just when I needed to spark this thing up. I know. I can't be doing voices like that. MAGA gets all riled up in their pants. Okay. They get all riled up in their pants. Hello, how are you? Goodbye. They get all riled up in their pants when I start talking all sexy. An ASMR debate? You want me to talk like that through a debate? Actually, looking at the data, I have a report from Cato Institute. I couldn't keep it up. I couldn't keep it up for long enough. There's just no way I could keep it up for long enough. I'd start laughing literally anytime it happened. Like there's no way I could just like keep that up for like a long period of time. I can make it. I could do that. Hello, how are you? Hello? Uh-oh. Hold on. Maybe it's me. Or maybe it's Maybelline. Hello? Can you guys hear someone? I don't hear anyone. Making sure it's not on my side.
Maybe you're just a fag.
Oh, there you are. He learned how to talk. Look at that. He got over his stage fright. Isn't that cute? He got over his stage fright. It took him a while. It took him a while. Oh my goodness. I knew he'd get there eventually. That girl, Evie, thank you so much for the 30 jewels. I really appreciate that with that flower. Manny's asked, what are my thoughts on Dean and Parker? I don't make comments about other leftist creators on any of the apps. I don't do that. So, and that's not anything saying negative or positive. That's just I don't. I'm fighting fascism. I don't have time to decide how much I like every single leftist creator on there. Unless they're doing something really bad, like oh, what's that dude's name? That I think he's up in Minnesota. That one dude. He can go fuck off. But like just the normal one. I just don't spend my time worrying about it. Sorry. Disassociate, thank you so much for the $5. Says, do you can you do your ASMR voice while saying hello, how are you, and thank you for the gifted sub and sir? Yeah, off Jowagon or whatever. That dude's a piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah, no, off Jowagon or however you say his stupid name. That dude's a piece of shit. But the majority of them I really just don't. I don't worry about it. I don't know how to do this. I can't do the sir in like the sexy voice. Sir. Yeah, see, that sounds weird. I don't like that. I guess I could do that, like the hello That sounds like I'm fucking Dracula or something. Like I don't. It sounds like I'm just, welcome to my lair. Like I don't. I don't know. I'm not. Let me drink your blood. That is it. Yeah, that does it. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the hose again. Like, no. Oh, some weird stuff like that. Yeah, no, I'll try to sneak. I'll try to sneak it in at some point, but I have no like faith I'll be able to do it. I do the AS like the. Yeah, I'll do some ASMR stuff. Scott, thank you so much for the $5. Says maggots must use oil so it doesn't hurt while Donnie does the nasty. Jesus Christ. Jesus. It's like some JD Vance South Park stuff over there. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Hello, how are you?
Hello? I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. How old are you?
I'm over 30.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Of course, is such a weird answer.
Why is it weird?
Of course, it's just a weird answer. It's just weird.
Are you upset because of the transsexuals, the license?
I'm not upset about anything, sir. I'm just simply stating that what you're doing is weird.
What is your opinion on that? Now the truth
about you being weird, I wish you weren't, but I assume that has something to do with parenting or genetics, or I don't know, maybe you were dropped on your head as a baby or something.
Why do you think that? If the truth is the truth.
Why do I think you were dropped on your head as a baby? Just from the evidence.
How?
You just speaking.
See how you're acting? That's stupidity. You don't even know me, and you're already talking.
I don't know you. I would never hang out with you.
Of course not, because I just said because he's the best president ever. Right off the bat, you're already defensive mode. Oh.
I actually hung up on him on accident, but I'm not really sad about it either. You know what I'm saying? Like I did it on accident because I was just clicking on stuff and somebody else called in. But you know, I'm not sad about it. He didn't deserve that. He literally was just like, the transsexuals. Like, are you kidding? Yes, he deserved it. Of course he deserved it. What the fuck are you talking about? He 100% deserved it. He deserved much worse than what I gave him. Okay, to be completely honest with you. That was actually kind of nice. You know, I could have been much meaner and gotten away with it. I could have been much meaner, to be completely honest with you. So, just my opinion. Cat Mom, thank you so much for lighting up the finger hearts. I really appreciate that. This thing is tripping the hell out, dude. The whole app is being weird. Yeah. Oh no, but guys, he's gonna lower the gas prices by starting war with Iran. Yeah. Forever, thank you so much for the laughing disco. I really appreciate that. And again, Cat Mom, thank you so much for lighting up the finger hearts. The funny thing is, it's not even showing up over here. Well, I mean, it's showing up as lit up, but it's not. It's being weird. It's being weird. And that girl, Evie, thank you so much for the Sunday. Sunday. Yeah, Ari said, like, I wasn't even paying attention to the gas because honestly, I've told you guys before, I don't really pay that much attention at the pump, to be completely honest with you. And I haven't had to get gas in like a week. So like I didn't like really know, to be completely honest with you. But Ari had mentioned that it had jumped like 50 cents here or something. We were driving by the gas station today on the way to get lunch, and she was like, it's up almost like 50 cents here. Like it jumped from like apparently like $2.50 here to like $3 in like 2 days. Isn't that wild? It's just Yep, 279 on Saturday, 319 today. Yeah, that's what that's like 50 cents, 40 cents there. That's nuts, man. That's nuts. Can you imagine like voting for somebody to lower your gas prices and then they start a war with Iran? Isn't that wild? Isn't that wild? To just be that like stupid. Did anybody check the Dow today? The Dow. I don't think the Dow's at 50,000 anymore. I'm pretty sure. Someone check on the Dow. Okay? Someone check on the Dow. Oh my God, it's at 47,000. Has someone checked on Pam Bondi to make sure she's okay? Someone go check on Pam Bondi and see if she's okay. I'm not telling you to do anything about it if she's not. I'm just saying go check. Okay? I'm saying go check and see if she's okay. If she's not, you can just leave it that way. You don't have to do anything about it. You can just kind of watch. She's such a worm. She's thanking Trump. Oh, that's right. She's thanking Trump for the Dow being down. Right? That's probably what it is. She's probably like, oh, thank you, Mr. Trump, so much for the Dow being down today. Thank you so much, Daddy. Thank you so much, Daddy. Don't check on Kristi Noem, okay? Don't just leave her where she's at. She'll be whatever. Yeah. Daddy. Julia, thank you so much for the $10. Says, since Obama had to settle shit in the Middle East and got Peace Prize, Donnie had to drop his old withered sack on the table. Well, you know, he wants to undo anything that Obama did because he's super jealous. Okay. He's super jealous. So he's got to undo anything that, you know, that Obama did, including keeping nuclear weapons out of including keeping nuclear weapons out of Iran. You know what I'm saying? He was like, Obama stopped Iran from having nuclear weapons, and he's the worst ever. Obama is the worst ever. I'm going to give Iran their nuclear weapons back. So jealous, like his jealousy is so just potent. You know what I'm saying? It's just so potent. It's really like scary. Anyways. Yeah, but That's okay, because now the Saudis are fighting, the freaking Qataris, I believe, are fighting. I think Pakistan's fighting, the Iraqis are fighting. Like, we literally just destabilized the entire region. Yeah, we're cutting off Spain and shit. Like, Lebanon's being attacked. Like, it's absolutely freaking. We've already had the first freaking attack in the United States in Austin. And just remember, this is all because we had to attack Iran because they were definitely going to attack us after somebody else attacked them that we gave the green light on. So that's why we had to attack them. Obviously. Did y'all hear that word salad from freaking Marco Rubio today? It was wild. Or yesterday or whatever it was. Guess it was a yesterday. I don't know. The days are kind of running together now. But did y'all, thank you so much, Julia. Yeah. It was like, why did we attack Iran? Well, we knew that they were going to try to attack us because someone else was going to attack them. So we knew Israel was going to attack them, and we knew that they were going to try to attack us because Israel attacked them. So therefore, we had to preemptively attack them before they could have retribution on us for Israel's attack. Like, are you fucking kidding me, right? Like, is that a fucking joke? Jesus fucking Christ, they're such fucking idiots. Yeah. Yeah, I'm punching you because my friend is going to punch you, and we know after my friend punches you, you're gonna want to hit me. So I'm just gonna hate. I'm just gonna hit you now. Did your friend say he was gonna hit me? Hit me? Yeah. And we told him, like, go ahead. Like, we didn't try to stop him from hitting you. We just figured we would hit you too. That is going to be the dumbest thing. That is going to be the dumbest thing I have ever heard in my entire life. Just thought I'd let you know. That's got to be the dumbest thing. Between that and Donald Trump being like, we're in a regime change war. And then Pete Hegseth getting up and being like, we're not in a regime change war. But we attacked, and now there's a new regime. I'm sorry, what was that? Oh, well, we were not in a regime change war, but we specifically attacked the regime, so now there's a new regime. But it's not a regime change war. Okay? But we're not in a regime change war. Okay? It's just a war that did a regime change. You know what I'm saying? This is so I don't know why you guys don't understand all this, right? I don't know why you guys don't understand all this. It's so simple, you know? It's so simple. It's so easy. I don't know why you idiots don't get it. I don't know why you idiots don't get it. We're totally doing a regime change war, and at the same time, we're not doing a regime change war, but we're just doing a war that changes the regime. Make sense? Duh. Oh, and don't forget, when we talk about troops being killed in the Middle East, make sure we switch very quickly to how much Donald Trump loves his ballroom. Just thought I'd throw it out there. Anyways, y'all, if you still support Trump, you can still call in on the number above or next me or whatever, and we can have a conversation. I know you guys won't because you guys don't really exist, and the ones of you that do exist are such scared little freaking children to talk to me anymore that, you know, you guys just hang out. But I'm still going to give you guys the invite because, you know, I like to, just let you know that it's out there. Sean, thank you so much for the $5. Said war is one of the few effects the president actually has on gas prices. Yay, cadet bone spurs. Yay, over $4 a gallon. Are we greater? We're so much greater. We're so much greater. And let's not forget that gas prices are one of the very few things that actually directly affects inflation. So glad we're winning. Guys, we're doing so much winning. Guys, we're doing so much winning. All right. So much winning, guys. America first. So winning. FFT said Marco Rubio playing to an audience of one. Yeah, he really thinks he's going to be. He thinks he's going to be a big boy one day. He's not. Be great. Thank you so much for $2. Said, school me. Why do we cater so much to Israel? I don't know. I don't know. I think it has something to do with like people for some reason thinking that like if you go against Israel, it's either a religious thing, right? Because they're like, oh, like Israel's mentioned a whole bunch in my Magic Secrets book, so we have to support them. I think that's most of what it is. He's in my Magic Secrets book, so we got to make sure we support him. No. Scott said, I'm buying a Nerf football to throw on my TV whenever I see Sam Bonnie, Noah Miller, and any of the Trump fucking flunkies. You're going to end up breaking your TV, which is going to be the problem, right? Even with a Nerf ball, eventually, right, it's going to give way. There's no way around it. Don't do that to your TV. It's not worth it. Just turn the channel. And be great. Thank you so much. Saying, funny how Bone Spurs Trump can send others to fight. And just to let you know, there will be a whole bunch more. And I know this because Donald Trump told me. If you're curious if there's going to be a whole bunch more of like troops that are going to die, look no further than Donald Trump literally said it. So, in case you were curious, who's this person? Ah! Jesus Christ. Hello, how are you? Hello? Hello? All right, I guess I can't hear them. Anyways, thank you guys so much. Did you guys clear the roses off my gift gallery too? I really appreciate that. Thank you guys. Oh, wait. This is the right one, right? Am I on the right one? Roses. All right, I need someone to send 15 of the 10-cent ones or the 10 coin ones, whatever they are. Cryogen, if you want to pay me freaking $1,000 to lose, just Venmo it to me right now, bro. The phone lines are open, and you could just Venmo me the grand right now. I don't know what you're waiting for, bud. Literally, this guy comes here every single day to tell me he's gonna give me $1,000 to debate him. I've literally told him about 1,000 times I would debate him. You know what I haven't seen in my bank account? $1,000. Haven't seen it one time. I have agreed to this so many times, and he still comes in every single day. Hasn't sent me $1. Okay. Hasn't sent me $1. Hasn't called in. Hasn't tried to do anything. Hasn't even gave an attempt to actually freaking put his money where his mouth is. Okay. But I'm just letting you know that I'm still here. Okay. But I'm going to need that up front. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and need that up front. Okay. Because I don't trust you. Sound good? Just thought I'd let you know. I do not trust you. So, because MAGAs have been. What do you guys say? I've tried to call. Matthew, stop, dude. I'm going to freaking kick you. Stop being dumb. Yeah, MAGA is well known on these apps of just saying they're going to do stuff and then not doing any of it, not paying for any of it. It's very true. Neurospicy, thank you so much for clearing out the hat and mustaches. I really, really appreciate it. And the donuts. Thank you so much, Neurospicy. We might actually make our way through this little live gift goal after, or this gift gallery after all. They keep making it like just like a little bit harder for me every week, and we keep hitting it. We keep getting there, which is I'm super excited about. I'm just saying I am surprised. I am very surprised. All right. I'm very happy. But anyways, if you guys still support Trump, you guys can call it on the number above my head. My phone line hasn't rang the entire time, or it's rang like once. It is important to hit. It helps to usually bring in people. It does. It is one of the things that they look at for the algorithm and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really awesome. So if you want to help support that, you can go to my name, hit my face, and then hit the gift gallery. And yeah. And then you can help there. Guys, I keep hearing you guys say the quality isn't the same. I know. It's okay. We have to adjust things. We're playing around with stuff. I don't know why it's being like that. That's probably because it's just dirty. The camera's probably just dirty because I've been moving it so damn much. It's probably just dirty because I had to move it because it keeps being dumb. It's okay, guys. Guys, we will survive. We will survive. Okay, we'll make it, guys. I did pretty well on this app with like a freaking $20 like webcam at some point. So we'll make it.
Oh,
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Polly. Big fan. I would just like to say that like Mung and Matthew should also grow a pair of balls and call in. I would really love to hear what they have to say. Qui-Gon Jinn, even, I would really love to hear what they have to say other than just like whining and berating women in the chat. Yeah.
Well, if they're berating women in the chat, then Corey can go ahead and remove them from my chat. Okay, Corey?
Okay, well, I just mean like they like to pick fights with women a lot.
Oh, it's because they've never got the attention of one.
I see.
Yeah, it's like in like middle school when like boys would like poke you or hit you because they're trying to get your attention.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It's because they haven't gained the maturity level yet to actually just like talk to women. So
kind of like how MAGA continues to like really wants you to be gay.
Like so bad.
So bad, man.
So bad.
It's crazy.
It's getting embarrassing.
Well, have
it's
a great
getting
day.
embarrassing. They need to stop it. All right. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's getting kind of embarrassing. Good, Corey. You can remove them for the night. Normally, I don't care. I just let them stay up here. But if they want to be berating women, then they can, go someplace with it. I don't know. They can go someplace with it as far as I'm concerned. Scott, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you so much, Scott. Big W's in chat for Scott for the 5 gifted and the 1 more gifted. Wow, with the 6 gifted over there. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you?
Hey, I just had a question.
What's up?
If you don't like him, what's he done so wrong?
Besides the felonies and the sexual assault, and the sexualizing his daughter and the sexualizing a 10-year-old and driving, like putting our, losing all those jobs and now driving up gas prices and now starting wars he said he wasn't going to start and just being generally a pretty shitty person besides all those things? Or
Lots of people have to say things, whenever they're campaigning that they don't wind up following through on. Plenty of presidents have done that. So
sir, that's it. Sir, can you please name me one like campaign promise that Donald Trump has actually succeeded in?
He said he'd drive down the prices of eggs. They went up initially.
That was the avian flu that drove up the prices of eggs.
But they're down now.
He didn't do that. Did he cure the avian flu?
They're under his tenure.
Sir, did he cure the avian flu?
He didn't say that he was going to cure the avian flu.
Well, that's what brought the gas prices down. You're saying that he drove the prices or the egg prices. You're saying he drove them down. If he drove them down, you mean that he did an action that made egg prices go down. Egg prices went down because the only reason egg prices went up was because of the avian flu, and then it was taking out a bunch of the chickens, and then they got rid of the avian flu because it had ran its course, and then they went down. That wouldn't have mattered who was the president. Donald Trump didn't do that. It just happened. I could have been the president. You could have been the president, and they would have went down.
Well, he said that it was going to happen under his presidency.
Everybody knew it was going to happen under the next presidency, sir. You think Donald Trump predicted that?
He said he was going to do it, and it did
He
happen.
didn't do anything. You guys try so hard, dude.
He just said it was going to happen.
How about, sir? So you're saying that he just said what everyone else said, everybody said. That's your big thing, is that Donald Trump said something that everyone else knew was going to happen.
Well, your initial point was that it just wasn't going to happen at all.
No, I didn't. When did I make that point?
Well, that's what you had said initially, is that nothing that he said had actually come true. And
no, I said he hasn't fulfilled any of his campaign promises, which means that he had to have done something in order to affect something. Right? Donald Trump could have been president. That would be like Donald Trump running on his campaign and saying, "Hey, when I'm president, we're gonna have daylight some days, and then at some points of the day, there's going to be nighttime and people are going to breathe oxygen. And then you being like, "Oh my God, he's keeping all of his campaign promises. He's a visionary."
I didn't say all of them, but you just said that there was none of them. There was
He
at least
didn't
one.
keep that. That just happened.
Well, can we at least agree that there was at least one?
Which one?
I'm sticking with the egg thing.
Okay,
I'm still
well,
not
if
over it.
that's the only thing you can stick to, then that is the worst point, and I think you should probably just concede then. Because if that's the best point you have, is that when Donald Trump was running, we knew the avian flu was affecting egg prices. Everybody in the field and everybody outside of the field said the avian flu will run its course and egg prices will go back down. And Donald Trump just said, "Yep, egg prices will go back down at some point." And you're like, "Yep, he nailed it." Like, if that's all you got, then Donald Trump is the biggest failure of a president that's ever existed.
I never said he was a great president. You just
No,
said he had
I said he's a
nothing. He's got one.
horrible, god awful president. If the only thing you have from him is that he just said what everybody knew was going to happen,
And I agree with you. He's not a good president.
then
But-
why'd you come up here asking me why I think he's a bad president? Because he's a bad president. There you go.
I never asked if he was a bad president. I said, you said he didn't have anything. He's got one.
That's not one, sir. That is you trying to give him credit for something he does not deserve credit for.
I just feel like you're being contrarian on everything, though. If he did everything wrong, then that just kind of weakens your standpoint. He's done at least one thing right.
Sir, it's not my job to find good things from fascists. Right?
I didn't say
Like,
that he wasn't a fascist.
can you please tell me a good thing from Hitler?
No?
Well, sir, then it sounds like you're just being contrarian. It sounds like you just don't like the guy, right? If you can't name one good thing about him, then really, how can I even trust your opinion on him as a whole?
I did. I don't like Hitler. You said that.
And I don't
Name
like
one good
Trump.
thing
You
about
said it
Hitler. I
ruins
can't.
my point
I
of
don't
not
like it.
liking Trump if I can't name something good about him. So therefore, it must ruin your point about disliking Hitler if you can't name one good thing about him.
I don't think that's an apples to apples comparison.
It's a
I don't
dead
think
apples
that
to
because
apple
you can't
comparison.
name one good thing doesn't mean that he hasn't done anything right.
If you think that about Hitler, sir, that's fine.
I never said that about Hitler. We're
Well,
still back
it's
to Trump.
the same
You
exact
keep trying to
comparison,
tie it
sir.
back to Hitler to weaken my standpoint somehow.
No, sir,
but
your standpoint is weak,
not
and I'm
quite
making a
working.
direct comparison of that, and you're just not getting it. Okay? I don't need
That
to
must be it.
try to find something good with someone bad in order for my point of him being bad to still stand. Right?
But then your next point was that if you try to say anything good, then you're obviously bad,
What?
which is kind of causation correlation. Wouldn't you agree?
I've never said that, and I don't even know what it means.
Yeah, that's obvious.
I know it's obvious. That's why I said it. What could be more obvious than me saying it? Okay. I literally said it. Yeah, it's obvious. I did not understand what you were saying. What you said made no sense. Hello, how are you? Hello? Yeah, he just left. I don't know where you went. Hello? All right. I don't know, dude. I didn't do it. I just asked him a simple question. I thought it was a pretty simple question. Oh, goodness. What is going on now? There we go. Yeah, I didn't think it was that difficult. Whatever. To each their own. To each their own. Guys, I say this all the time. It is not my job to just be like, to be like, oh, I'm supposed to find something good for Donald Trump. Like, I don't need that as part of my point. Okay. I truly don't. Okay. If you have a good point from Donald Trump, then make it. If you don't have a good point, then don't expect me to make one for you. Okay? Like it's not that difficult. It is not my job to make your point for you. Okay? That's not what we need to do here. And if your best point to Donald Trump is a disease, if your best point for Donald Trump is a disease that was gonna go away anyway, went away, then I'm sorry, you don't have any good points now. I don't know what to do. I don't know. You guys are saying you guys can't hear me. I can't help you. I can't do anything. Let's see. Oh, what is, maybe it's here? No, that's not it. The fuck? Oh, I hate this so much. Everything's being dumb and I'm getting tired of it. Could you just erase that? That's weird because you guys are getting input. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, the whole TikTok studio thing just shut down. And then it like just, it said it couldn't connect and then it restarted. And now it's glitching the hell out. Yeah, I know, Ari. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, I'm a little confused as to why you don't support Donald Trump if you're a progressive.
And why would me being a progressive make me support Donald Trump?
Bernie Sanders supported him buying shares in private corporations, and he's pretty progressive, so I don't know why you wouldn't support
He's
that.
actually a democratic socialist, not a progressive.
Got it. So his progressive score doesn't mean anything?
His progressive score doesn't mean anything? What are you talking about?
Yeah, so like according to national polls, he's probably one of the most progressive senators that we
Oh,
have in
yeah,
Congress.
no, it doesn't.
Got it. Okay, so you're just a moron.
Nope, I just have individual feelings and I don't give a shit about what Bernie Sanders thinks about things in order for me to decide whether I feel the same way about those things. I don't judge my political opinions based off of whether Bernie Sanders likes them.
No, it's about what the national polls say.
I don't care what
He's the
national
model
polls say. That just means that a bunch of
progressivism.
other people like somebody because of a certain thing. That doesn't mean that I like them because of a certain thing. Are you so much of a sheep that you only follow what other people
I'm a
think?
sheep. I don't like the policy because I'm a Republican. You
Okay,
should love
and
it because you're a progressive.
okay, again, that's a democratic socialist policy, and I've never claimed to be one.
Okay, got it. Yep. All right. So the other policies too, you don't like Trump RX? Like that's not.
You
a
mean
progressive
just good
policy
RX with
behind-
Trump's name on it? Why would I be a big fan of
No,
that?
picking winners and losers to subsidize government companies and monopolies that we can use.
Picking winners
for-
and losers, how are they doing that?
Yeah, so if you go on
How-
Trump RX, you have certain medications that are allowed to be purchased. Not every single pharmacy corporation is listed on Trump RX, so they're
Yeah.
essentially picking winners and losers and creating monopolies.
Yeah, so how many different types of drugs can you buy on Trump RX?
I think it's what, like 9? That
No,
goes
the
to
correct
point
answer
that
is
I'm making.
0. Yeah, you can't buy
No.
any type
You
of
can use the
drugs on
manufacturer's
Trump
coupon.
RX. All Trump RX allows you to do is it sends you to different places where in certain types of drugs, some of which aren't covered by insurance usually, and some of which are actually much cheaper.
Mhm.
under freaking insurance, and then it sends you to other places. It's pretty much just like a shopping
Picking
center where you can
winners
now
and
go to
losers.
different places, but you can't buy anything. Yeah.
Right. Their government is helping pick winners and losers for their preferred companies that they would like to promote. That makes sense.
The government is just promoting where they find cheaper prices. I'm not a big fan of Trump RX at all. I think it's fucking stupid.
Right, but this is a pretty progressive policy to be able to give people the option.
It's a
ability to
dumb
find the
policy.
cheapest product. Yeah, it's progressive though. So I guess
Sir,
progressivism
again,
is stupid.
I don't give a shit what you think a certain
It's
other
not what I
group of
think.
people. No,
This is
listen.
objective reality.
You got to let me finish
Don't
my
crash
sentence
out.
first. Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Don't
Now let me
crash
finish.
out.
Sir, if you're going to be like a little prick like this, I'm actually trying to have a genuine conversation with you. But if you're going to be a little prick, I'll just hang up and move on to the next person. It really does not bother me.
Okay.
All right. So either grow the fuck up or like go
Stop
away.
getting emotional and
All
say
right.
what you
Well,
gotta
that's
say.
what I asked you not to do. So shut the fuck up. Sir, I don't choose. Okay. I don't go, oh, well, the progressives think it, so I think it. That's not how it works. Okay. I don't go, oh, Bernie Sanders thinks it, so therefore I think it. That's not how this works, buddy. Okay. So you saying, oh, this happens doesn't change anything for me. Okay. Just thought I'd let you know. All right. So if that's your comparison, then I don't know what to tell you. Hold on. There we go. There's nothing I can do over here on this side. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't have anything to I can't do anything. If you can't hear me, it's on you. Hello, how are you? Hello? All right. Well, I can't hear you. Yeah. Some of y'all can, some of y'all can't. Be great. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. I said Ted Cruz runs from storms and wants you to run to war. Ted Cruz doesn't even know how to spell Iran. Okay. I don't know how that man is still a senator. It is crazy. Kramer, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate that. And for the little bouncy guy. That's so sweet. Thank you. Tariq, thank you so much for the party hat. FFT says Stephen Miller is like the evil advisor in The Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, who poisons the mind of King Theoden's mind. I don't know Lord of the Rings enough for this, I think. Like I've watched it, but like I don't think yeah. I don't know the Lord of the Rings enough for that. I'm sorry. I just truly don't. But I'm sure it's really funny if you do Lord of the Rings. I'm sure it's very, very funny. All right. I'm sure it's very, very funny. Scott said MAGAs are crying, kneeling in front of Trump. Yeah, that's what they do. Biggest bootlickers. Melvin, thank you so much for the $5. Said, hey, Polly, my mag equals MAGA, make America great at period. Oh, cool. Clothing site goes live at 12. Can I inbox you the address? And if so, where? Yeah, you can send it to me. DM it to me on Discord. I'm at Polypolitics on Discord. DM it to me, and I will take a look for it later. So yeah, send me that link. I definitely will check it out. Fly, thank you so much for the $2. And MAGA thinks everyone has a hive mind like them. Yeah, apparently. Yeah, they think everyone's like, oh, guys, there's a person I can name that thinks this way, so you should think this way, right? It's pretty sad. Scott, thank you so much for the $5. Said I pity all of you for having that fuckwad for your head of government. Yeah, I pity us too. I pity us too. Sorry, I gotta pin something over there. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm telling people like just to come over here because it's freaking wild over there. White people are never going to accept you. First of all, I don't need acceptance from white people or black people or any people. Yeah. I don't need acceptance from any of them. Yeah. I'm sorry that you do. Must be a very sad life for you. Must be a very, very sad life for you. If that's how you feel. Truthfully. Blank Page said, I'm white. I accept him. That's great. I appreciate that. Yeah, this is, you know what would really make it? I think if, truthfully, and I know this is crazy, but I think this would really hurt my feelings a lot more if it came with like a $20 super chat. I think that would, I think that would, you know, that would definitely do it. That would definitely do it. You should send me a $10 super chat. Unless you're too poor. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're too poor. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
Is this the show, the live stream?
It is, yes.
Oh, I didn't expect to get picked. Am I on the live yet, or is this like a pre?
Nope,
like a
you're
waiting
live.
room? Oh, okay. Hi.
Hi,
Nice to
how old
meet
are you?
I'm 28 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do, yes.
Mods, if you're over on YouTube or on TikTok and you can hear me, just tell them that it's a TikTok thing. I am so tired of seeing people comment in my TikTok chat. I'm about to shut it down. Okay? Someone pin something or post something over there because I'm overseeing everyone's head. Okay? So someone put like a pin or something like that. Anyway, did you still support Trump?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Awesome. Why is that?
So for a number of reasons, I would say use the term support relative to modern presidencies, post-Kennedy, I would say. And compared to, let's say, the last 5 to 7 administrations, I think despite a vast number of scandals, this is the first president I've seen who, as much as he does lie, he's pretty open and honest about intentions and state of mind. Like, for example, with Venezuela, of course he threw in stuff about like political prisoners being kidnapped, and I don't think he cares about that. But he also stated it was directly related to the oil. That was pretty shocking to me. And because usually we get a laundry list of lies and justifications, and something like that to someone who's so jaded with just being lied to over and over and over and over again, I can put up with his day-to-day lies because that is just, I mean, a given. Being 28 years old, I was 4 years old when 9/11 happened. And so obviously, you know, all of the Bush and Cheney lies, and then the Obama stuff, and him, you know, I was actually super excited when Obama got elected. And then seeing him get the Peace Prize, I was like, oh, it's like he's going to be great. It's going to be a new era. And it was just all the same. And
wait,
so I think
hold on.
my
Let me
kind
just pause you just real quick for a second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you're saying that you like excuse me, sorry. So you're saying
You're good. You're good.
that you don't support the Bushes because they lied about, like, the stuff that they were doing in the Middle East, right?
More than just that.
Yeah,
more
but
than just that.
but then
but
Donald
that would be the
Trump
main one I
said
would
that
say, yeah.
Venezuela had weapons of mass destruction. You don't have a problem with that. Donald Trump literally said that Iran was trying to, like, build a nuclear weapon. That was a lie. He said he destroyed their nuclear weapons. That was a lie. He said he was, invading because of an imminent attack. We found out that to be a lie. Like, literally all the things Donald Trump is doing is just exactly what Bush did, except for worse.
I don't think it would be worse if we compare Iran to. I never knew he claimed that Venezuela had weapons of mass destruction.
Sure did.
Which WMDs would it be? CWMD, BWMD, or NWMD?
Oh
For-
no,
for
he said
Venezuela
he said fentanyl was the WMD
Okay, I don't consider fentanyl a WMD
because it's not. That doesn't change. That's what he said.
Yeah. So I don't. I don't.
So
agree
you're
with that
ignoring
statement.
his lies because you don't want to, right?
No, I don't think that would. If he's saying fentanyl is I guess what would that be, a CWMD? I think that would not be a lie. I think he's just wrong.
Yeah, sir. The fentanyl doesn't even come from Venezuela, so it's a lie even then.
I think,
Either way, it's still a lie.
definitely-
What are you talking,
definitely
sir? It's still a
overstated
lie.
The amount of most of the fentanyl comes from China. A small amount of narcotics come through Venezuela, but
Sir,
not very much.
I'm
Not
aware
very
of
much.
that. What I'm trying to do, sir, I'm very aware that that everything that Donald Trump says is bullshit. I'm very, very aware of that. Okay, that's not the question here. Okay, the problem is that you're saying that you don't support Bush because of lying about getting us into wars. And I am giving you examples about Donald Trump lying to get us into wars, just like Bush did. And I'm asking you to somehow justify or clarify how you can say you're against one and for another when they are exactly the same.
That's an excellent question. So, for example, with Iraq installing Chalabi, who post-war installing Chalabi, which was the plan from the very, very beginning, and everyone had advised Cheney and Bush that Chalabi was a horrible choice. He had been fully burned by the CIA for providing bad intel from the moment they had a relationship with him. He was a fraudster, a scammer. And then if you look at the Venezuela situation, even though Machado or Gonzalez would have been better on paper for the U.S., for U.S. interests, he let the Venezuelan government's plan of secession or natural secession line take place, allowing the vice president to rise up into the presidency. And then it was within what, you might have to fact check me on this, but it was within 15 days that we had our first deal with her, the new president, who was not a puppet of ours, was part of the Maduro government.
Sure, I was just making the clarification about WMDs. I'm not directly relating what freaking Bush did in Iraq to what he did in Venezuela.
Yes, of course. No,
I was just making the comparison about him lying about WMDs to get us into a war. That was the part I want you. Whether his plan of succession was different doesn't change anything.
Well, I think it changes a lot because
It
look
doesn't,
at the
because you're just looking at
that
one in
post-war-
retrospect and you're looking at one in present. Like,
Well,
that's all you're doing. You're looking at one in retrospect and going, "Oh, this was bad." Later, like you said, you were 4. Like when all of this happened. So you're looking at one as a history book and going, "Hey, knowing what like we know now and all the history and all the stuff in the back that we can now go back and diagnose, okay, we know that was all bad, okay? But see, here's the difference is right, like you're here saying like, oh, this is all different. And I'm telling you from somebody who was an adult during that time. Okay, a young adult nonetheless, but an adult, an older teenager to an adult. The only difference between Bush and Trump when it comes to like Iran and Iraq and all that sort of stuff, the only difference, and I mean this truthfully, is that Bush is a better liar.
Yeah, I think Bush is a better liar, but I don't think that's the only difference. I was gonna say,
yeah, Bush was
before
actually
you
more
made your
competent too.
point,
Funny enough, but which is crazy.
I don't think he was more competent. I think he was better at PR, and he had a more executive presidential air about him for the most part. He definitely had his gaffes, but I don't think he was a better. I think Bush was a better liar than Trump. It's pretty obvious when Trump is lying.
It's pretty obvious when Trump
but-
is lying. Trump won the presidency twice based off of lying. It's not very obvious to people.
Well, so I have a lot of friends who are most of my friends are more progressive just because of the area I live in. It's like 70-30, so like there's like 30% of my friends are MAGA, and we all talk about pretty openly about like we know he's lying, but it comes down to the two-party system, and so if I have two options to vote for, and you know, there's not a lot I can do about, if I wanted to pick a non-liar, I could just never vote, which in my opinion, not voting is a vote. So I feel compelled to vote and to vote for one of the two viable parties.
I bet you can't name like 5 lies Kamala Harris told.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I bet you can't name 5 lies that Kamala Harris told.
Name 5 lies that Kamala Harris told?
Yeah.
No, not off the top of my head.
Yeah, and Donald Trump was confirmed to have over 30,000 lies or misleading statements in his first term alone. Okay, that's not including since his first term, like all that time where he was not president, and then since he's become president now. That was 30,000 lies just in the first 4 years of his presidency. And you're trying to make a comparison and be like, oh, well, if I was trying to find one that wasn't a liar, then I would just be stuck. And it's like, yeah, well, I mean, we're all liars. Like, we've all technically told a lie. But there's a big difference between someone who's told a lie and a literal pathological liar. And that's what Donald Trump is.
Yeah, I think he's a pathological liar and a narcissist. And I think he displays sociopathic tendencies, but he's not a full-blown sociopath. I mean, I'm getting into clinical stuff that's
no, I agree with all
splitting
that
hairs,
stuff. The
but-
problem is why do you still support him?
because I think that he's not as good as most MAGA people think, but I think that every other politician, or not every politician, but OVP and White House, so like vice president and president, have been much worse than him. And so going back to what I was saying about the Venezuela thing, it was within 15 days, and you're welcome to fact check me on
I
this.
don't give a
we
shit
had
about
a
Venezuela.
first
Like, to be complete, sir, honestly, I don't want to spend another second talking about Venezuela. It is a waste of a conversation.
Okay.
I don't know why we've wasted this much time talking about it so far. Donald Trump just attacked Iran. Like, do you think I give a shit about what happened in Venezuela? Like, he literally just took out a leader so that he could try to starve Cuba because freaking Marco Rubio wants him to. Like, that's such an easy one to even look at. Marco Rubio freaking wants to go back to Cuba. He's been talking about it since he ran for presidency. He freaking needed Venezuela to stop supplying Cuba in order for him to do it. It's just that simple. Okay, it's really not like that difficult. He just freaking bombed Iran because pretty much Netanyahu told him to.
Who told you that? Where did you
Marco
get that information?
Rubio.
Who?
Marco Rubio?
He said that Netanyahu asked or forced Trump to engage with Iran?
He said that we had to attack Iran, and the reason why we had to attack Iran is because Israel was going to attack Iran. So therefore, and they told us they were going to attack Iran. So therefore, we had to attack Iran before Iran retaliated against Israel and attacked us.
Okay. I haven't seen that yet. The reason that it's so, first of all, it's your show. I as a guest on your show, I have to respect what subjects you do and don't want to talk about. But the only reason I had brought up Venezuela at all was to point out the differences between Trump going after Iran and then the whole Bush Iraq thing, and how Iran is not Iraq 2.0, especially with the post-war reconstruction efforts. Which
Iran is not
I
Iraq
assume-
yet.
Yes, exactly. So that's what I was getting to with the post-conflict reconstruction.
Again, sir, again, you're looking at the finished product and saying 3 days in, we're not at the finished product. Yeah, I fucking know that, dude. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but like,
No, I don't think you're being a dick.
Iraq wasn't Iraq 3 days in either, right? Like, Afghanistan wasn't Afghanistan 3 days in. Like, we didn't think about these things like back then the way that we think about them now, right? Back then it was post 9/11, right? We were trying to go after freaking bin Laden, right? Like, there was weapons of mass destruction. Like, there was all of those things, right? Like, we at the time, okay, some of this shit Bush said even sounded logical. It wasn't until later where we went back and we're like, that don't fucking sound right anymore. And we looked back, and that's when we realized how fucking bad it was. I'm just saying, making the comparison doesn't really check. This seems very much like Iraq, honestly, for being a few days in.
Well, to your point, first of all, I don't think you're being a dick. You're allowed to be. Again, it's your show. You can talk to me however you want. I'm a guest on your show, so I don't think you're being a dick at all. But to your own point, if you're gonna tell me that we don't know because it's 3 days in, we don't know if it's Iraq 2.0 or yet 2.0 yet or not, and then immediately after you said it's starting to look like Iraq 2.0, well, if you can say it's starting to look like that, can I draw back from this president, the way he handles a post-military conflict diplomacy with a country, and say that since he has a track record of doing that, that would be the most likely option going forward or post-war?
So let me answer a part of your question, and then a clarifying part of that also, right? So
yeah.
First of all, I'm saying that this feels like Iraq did 3 days in 2003, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that making a comparison between the knowing what happened in Iraq and right now is not right. I'm saying that knowing what happened in Iraq after 3 days and for 4 days, and then knowing what Iran looks like after 4 days, those two things are comparable, right? You're comparing the end of one to the beginning of the other. I'm comparing the beginning of both, right? But I'm sorry, what was that second part about what you were saying? Like something about a comparison? Sorry, I need to, you have to rehash that.
Yeah, no, you kind of already answered that. As I was saying, if it's okay for you to say it looks like Iraq 2.0 3 days in, I think I should, like, on the me or anyone else who would be arguing in favor of Trump or in favor of the action should be able to say, well, look at other post-military engagement diplomacy that he's conducted, and Occam's razor, wouldn't that be the most likely way he would conduct post-war diplomacy with Iran?
You're trying to make the comparison between post-war diplomacy with Venezuela and post-war diplomacy with Iran?
Yeah, from the same president.
I would say that's a complete non sequitur. That's non-comparable. Right?
Okay,
We took that's not even Well, I'm just saying, like this, it's not comparable, right? Like we went in, we didn't go to war with Venezuela. We sent in a team. The team, took out Maduro, brought him back. They brought the next in line, and that next in line just made some deals. That's not a post-war. That's just, that was a singular military action, right? Like we're already 4 days in. So right now, like today, we are already like 4 times the amount of days that it took for all of Venezuela, right? And we're already like mass bombing the entire country. We're already, like killing people, killing civilians, fighter jets falling out of the sky, American troops dying. Like it's just not a comparison. Saying that like, oh, since we know what Donald Trump did in Venezuela, we know what he's going to do in Iraq, just doesn't mesh. Not only that, but like, even if you just take it from the baseline, right? Like when you look at Venezuela, he installed the vice president. Well, he already said that we had like 2 or 3 people that like, that were, in that line of succession for like to take over for Khamenei, and we killed all of them too.
Well,
So
that
like
was
we're already way
those
past that.
were those our options for Khamenei, post Khamenei, or was that the IRGC Mullah Khamenei, or I could just say the Islamist regime, was that their secession line?
No, that's the ones that the Trump administration said that these are people that we could possibly work with. And like literally they came out and they were like, these are some people that we could possibly work with, like in a post like Khamenei like realm. And then like the next day they came back and they're like, actually we killed all of them. Like it wasn't ours. They have 4 rounds of succession for every single person that we kill. Right? They did that before. Khamenei was 86 years old. They already had a line of succession already lined out. Right? So they were already ready. They were already ready for this, right? Like they said each person had to have 4 people like lined up. So what I'm saying is, and again, Khamenei, piece of shit, like don't care, like really, honestly, truthfully, don't give a fuck that he's dead.
I think
right?
most
Like
people agree with that.
Yeah, whatever. But what I'm saying is making a comparison between that and Venezuela, just insane. And literally, if you're gonna make that comparison, then you're gonna be saying that we're gonna be leaving the same regime in, because that's what Trump did in Venezuela, was left the same regime in that was already in, the same people that were doing the oppression. So literally by that like knowledge, you'd be leaving someone in that was, sympathetic to, the Islamic, state and suppression that happened under Khamenei,
No, I didn't intend to make a 1-to-1. More that it was going to be less about our interests and more about like keeping the calm in the nation. And if the Iranian people hated the regime, it would be in no one's interest to leave what I assume would be at this point an IRGC command and control individual personnel. That would be in no one's interest. So someone like Reza Pahlavi, or someone who the people choose while using their Iranian Persian prosperity plan that they've written up, I think that would be the best choice. And I would assume that's why I brought up Venezuela in the first place. I would assume it would be the same line of thinking, not necessarily a 1-to-1, same regime, let the line of secession play out. Does that make sense? That clarification?
Yeah, and that's definitely not going to work in this type of situation, because it's a different situation. I think that is the biggest problem that anybody has with this entire thing. It's not the matter of freaking, of killing the Ayatollah, right? That's not the issue. The problem is that the Trump administration seems to have no capacity whatsoever to actually see this through. Like when they're asked about their objectives, they say nothing, right? When they ask about what they're trying to get out of this, or who they want to, follow up in the lead on, they say nothing. Like literally the biggest secession plan that we've seen for Iran since this thing started was when Donald Trump came out and just told all the people to just rise up. Like, okay, cool. And an entire group of unarmed citizens are going to go rise up against an armed, military force that has showed no qualms about killing civilians whatsoever, right? They said that, and then they said, "Oh, we have a couple people that maybe can replace them," and then literally came back like 2 days later and said, or a day later and said that we already killed them. Like they don't have a plan. They're just kind of
Wouldn't it be
riding.
plausible for the
What's
Wouldn't
up?
it be plausible for the Iranian people to rise up given what they just did in January?
The Iranian people are hiding for their lives as we're bombing their schools and killing their children.
Yeah, that's what. Of course. Like what? First of all, the story about the 158 girls that were killed in that school. That's information right now. It's not intelligence yet. No country has claimed whose missile it was. So I'm not going to say, oh, it was I've seen claims online from people defending Trump. Oh no, that was an IRGC missile. I've seen people against Trump. Oh no, it was an American Israeli missile. I'm not going to say whose it was because right now all I see is information. I don't see any intelligence on it.
So let's just
so-
put this in perspective real quick, okay? So you're
Yeah.
saying that Israel and the United States were bombing Iran, and Iran was like, perfect. This is our perfect time to send a missile into a school.
No, not at all. I think whoever hit it, whether it was IRGC, whether it was Israel, or whether it was U.S., I don't think that was the intended target.
I don't care whether it was the intended target.
No, I'm saying, because you said they would think that it would you're saying
I
that
did
was
not
claiming that
say,
Iran
I
did
did
that on
not make
purpose.
any claim about the intended target. My claim was that you said, why is it not possible that the people of Iran could rise up against their government? And I said that the people of Iran are hiding for their lives because we're bombing their schools. I never said that it was an intentional target. I'm saying that you can't rise up when you're in fear for your life.
I misinterpreted you, and I apologize for that. And I want to make sure that we were able to talk about other subjects before you have to move on to another guest. So, but I also don't want to move away from the Iran subject, and like seem like I'm running away from that topic. So just let me know when
You're fine.
we're
You can
running
move
out
on
of
if you
time
want.
so that
Not a big deal. I think
Well,
we've covered that enough.
Okay. And I think we're not in agreement in that, and I think I'm right and you think you're right, and so I think it would probably be more productive to talk
I
about
don't
a
know
different
what you're
subject.
saying you're right at. It sounds like everything
No, I'm saying
that you're saying that you're right on is all just projection for a future that you don't know whether it's right or not, right? Like this isn't a right or wrong conversation. My point is that the Trump administration does not seem to have a succession plan, right? That it looks very similar to other regime change wars that we've done in the past, right? And that I
Yeah.
don't trust this administration to move forward, right? That's not really a right or wrong. Those are just opinions. Your opinion is that somehow there's like that Donald Trump's track record in Venezuela somehow relates to this, the succession in Iran, and that it looks nothing like Iraq, right? Which again, you were only looking at from a post-war Iraq, not a side by side comparison about the development that led us to Iraq, right? So this isn't like a oh, I'm right, I believe I'm right, you're really wrong. It just seems like my opinions are my opinions and your opinions are projection.
I mean, I'm sure you see it that way. Could I say one more thing about the Iran-Iraq comparison and then let you
Go
respond,
ahead.
and then we could move to a different subject?
Go ahead.
Okay, so then the two other major differences that I would point out would be consent of the populace, where we had the not obviously not all, and there's never a country that's 100% in agreement, but a vast majority of the Iranian protesters in January were directly asking for an intervention, which we did not have with Iraq. The Iraqi people did not want us there. They did not want us invading the way we did. I mean, all of Fallujah was a fucking mess. It was a total mess. They were telling the boots on the ground there that all civilians had evacuated Fallujah, so anyone you see is an enemy, and that was completely incorrect. And we're not seeing that. Well, to your point, it's 3 days in, 4 days in, so we don't know yet. But that does go both ways. And then the other one is that with Iraq, as evil as Saddam Hussein was, as evil, probably twice as evil as his son Uday Hussein was, is they were not state sponsors of terror. And then Iran was bankrolling, and I know it's not 100% of their funding, but he was bankrolling ISIS, Khorasan, Hezbollah, and Hamas, which led to the October 7th, or not led to, but greatly facilitated to the October 7th, 2003 invasion of Israel, which then led to the Israel-Hamas war, which that has been, I'm sure we agree, has been absolutely horrific as far as a humanitarian standpoint. And so I think that's a major difference. Having someone who's, a bad guy, sure, an evil guy, sure, Saddam Hussein, but not a state sponsor of terror, opposed to a very legitimate state sponsor of terror. I think that's a big difference, and it should be
All right.
noted.
So first of all, how long after freaking we invaded Iraq did we end up in Fallujah?
I don't know. I don't know.
Over
We
a
invaded Iraq.
year.
What was it?
Over a year.
November 03.
I think it was like a year
And
and a
then
half. So again, sir, that's what I'm saying.
Fallujah was the
You
third. So
are
I think it was a little
making
longer than a year and a half. I think it was
it
2
might
years.
have been, but again, just like I said, you wanted to make another point, but it just goes right back to the last point I made. You're making projections based off a historical context of things that happened in Iraq over years. Okay, you're not making a comparison to how Iraq started and how Iran is starting. I'm making that comparison. I'm looking at 4 days into our invasion of Iraq and 4 days into our invasion of Iran. You are looking at our 4 days into our invasion of Iran and 5 years after, 10 years after, 20 years after we invaded Iraq. That you're making
Okay.
a comparison of a finished product versus an ongoing situation. Okay. And second of all,
for argument's
hold on
sake,
real
I'll
quick. And
redact
second of
the-
all, how bad the
Yeah.
leader is doesn't change the geopolitical situation of how we deal with the country. We know that the leader was bad. Both leaders are bad. This leader is actually worse, 100%. Okay. I'll give you a hint. Kim Jong-un, much worse, right? Kim Jong-un, horrible person. If we were to invade, excuse me, if we were to invade North Korea, that doesn't change the fact that he's a worse leader doesn't change the political dynamics and the international political dynamics of the situation. They're still negative in different ways, regardless of how bad the leader is. So that's really a non sequitur.
Yeah, no, that was my point. That it doesn't matter how bad the leader is. I care more about the geopolitical implications, and my point was that even though Saddam was bad and Khomeini's bad, and I'm not, apples and oranges. I don't know the details of how bad which one was worse. My point is that the Iranian regime was bankrolling groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, which maybe the Israel-Hamas war would have happened anyway, but it certainly helped that they had all that money from the Iranian regime, which led to the Israel-Hamas war, which I think we can agree has just been absolutely horrific from a humanity standpoint.
None of that has to do with the inability of Donald Trump to handle this.
I mean, how else was he supposed to handle it? I've
He
been
wasn't
hearing about Iran
telling
being a problem all my
Netanyahu
life.
not leaving the JCPOA.
But with or without the JCPOA, they would have continued to bankroll radicalized Palestinian groups, and I specify radicalized because I think most Palestinians are probably wonderful people who just want to live in peace and keep getting dragged into conflicts by the most most radicalized groups that are emboldened financially by Iran, or at least they used to be.
What makes you think that the next people are going to stop doing that?
Next people where? In
Iran.
In Iran? Well, as you said, we're 4 days into the war. We don't know.
Exactly. So why are you already saying it?
Because I think that I have a strong hope based on trends with the way he handles things that a non-Islamist, not Islamic Islamist will be in power.
The only reason the Islamists are in is because of us.
Yes, you're right. In 76, we toppled their democratically elected
79.
leader because we didn't like he was a socialist. 79 was the revolution. I don't know.
Sorry, it was actually.
We topped them.
Yeah, it was before that. You're right. But regardless of any of that, sir, again, that's all you're doing is just making a giant comparison and saying, well, the end of Iraq was better, and this is not that yet. You're right, it's not that yet. And it'll probably be different. The problem is this one actually has implications that are much worse, right? This one has implications that are much, much worse. But for some reason, like, we have literally a regime that does not care, does not literally have the capacity to even understand the situation that we're in. And we know that because Donald Trump literally got on stage and literally was like, yep, troops are going to die and more troops are going to die, but God, I can't wait for my ballroom. And literally talked about his ballroom for 20 minutes. Like, sorry, he doesn't have the capacity to understand this. He doesn't have the capacity to deal with this type of situation. This requires things like diplomacy. This requires things like, that Donald Trump just does not have the ability to do. He's too old and he's not engaged enough in the politics of his own country in order to handle a situation like this.
Do you think, Trump alone? I don't think any president handles diplomacy alone, but you don't think the State Department and the diplomats we have would be capable of handling a post-war?
Absolutely fucking not.
Okay. Well, I want to diversify the topics we talk about. I don't want to get stuck on Iran. A big thing for me was, so I'm disabled, and so I applied for disability, and the average wait time in my state, I don't want to dox myself, so I'm not going to give the exact state.
You're not a secret agent, sir, and nobody cares what state you're in. You can just say it.
Okay. In my state, it was 9 months on paper, and it had been 9 months for a long time. And then, I come from a family of immigrants. I'm not anti-immigrant, but due to the amount of undocumented persons who I believe deserve respect, due to the amount of undocumented persons that were on the wait list for disability, which I didn't even know until I went through the process. I didn't even know you could apply for disability without like a social security number.
Because you can't.
Or without. No, you can. I didn't know until the woman my caseworker or my first caseworker, because you get kind of a different one every set of appeals you go through, she told me that was the reason that it was taking so long. And then if you go to the SSA.gov website and the FAQ section, it actually states it there that anybody in the U.S. they can apply for Social Security. At least that was during during the Biden years that was the rule, but that had been the rule during the Trump years too, and so I just assumed that was not available. But anybody who's living in the U.S. is allowed to apply. Now, even though most of those people do get denied, I think that's important to say that most of them do get denied because of their immigration status. The applications still, by law, they do need to be considered, and so I don't think it could be a coincidence, but I don't think it's a coincidence that I was waiting for 2 years during the Biden administration, and then within 39 days of Trump being inaugurated, I got approved and I got all my back pay, and I was getting very close to having no money. Again, it's not a fact. It's not a fact that that I was approved. It could have been a coincidence, but I think that it also probably, again, Occam's razor, it probably had something to do with a mass amount of immigrants redacting or not redacting their applications or not filing an appeal when they got denied. So to me, like,
So let me get this
that might
straight.
not mean
Let me
anything
get
to
this
you,
straight. Just
but
let me get this straight.
yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay. You think less than 30 days into Donald Trump's presidency, they either deported enough people or scared enough people in order for you to get your disability thing done faster, when again, undocumented immigrants aren't even allowed to get it?
Wouldn't you be scared if you were an immigrant?
Not 30 days in. No. What did Donald Trump done 29 days in? What had he done?
The
What-
whole campaign he was talking about mass deportations.
Yeah, he again talking about shit. Donald Trump lies about everything.
But that one, even again, I mentioned, if you recall earlier in my conversation, 70% of my friends are progressive. They were the ones telling me he's going to go
That-
after immigrants. He's going to go after immigrants.
that
He
has
was
to be
saying
the
it, everyone was saying it.
sir. Undocumented immigrants now not being able to get a service that they couldn't get before. Okay. 30 days after Donald Trump got in office, which means he had done fucking nothing. Like he hadn't done shit yet. So you're telling me just his presence, just him showing up in the office, made a whole bunch of undocumented immigrants that can't even, I don't even know how they would possibly apply. How is it even possible for them to apply? How they could even apply for such things? Now, somehow within that 30 days, which honestly probably takes you that long just to even fill out the application, even get you there, right? Somehow they just got your paper through. Do you think it's just that, or do you think it's just probably a coincidence that your paperwork just happened to get approved in that amount of time?
Well, it doesn't take 30 days to fill out the paperwork. I went through the process. It's you fill out multiple sets of paperwork, but the preliminary paperwork takes about 9 hours.
Yeah, and you would
So
applied
you
how
can knock
long
it out
prior?
in a day or 2 days. What?
You would applied how long prior?
2 years. So 2022.
Gotcha.
I
So
applied.
you're not competing with people that just applied within that 30 days. You're competing with people that applied 2 years ago.
No, not at the. So before stage 4 of the appeals process, you're in the mix with every application.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're saying is that you had applied for 2 years. You were in like stage whatever, right? And now all of a sudden a bunch of migrants who cannot apply for disability, who cannot get disability, somehow got terrified and somehow pulled all of their applications. And let's be honest, if I was an undocumented immigrant that was scared, I don't know why the first thing I would do was pull an application for disability. That doesn't make much sense. But then just pull
So
their
where's your paper
application
trail?
in a way to make sure that you somehow got approved that quickly.
Oh, a big point I forgot. So I was on stage 2 of my appeals, and I had actually asked for them to pause my application so that I could gather more paperwork from my healthcare providers. And in the midst of that pause, I had never even sent in the stage 2, the required stage 2 paperwork, and I got approved very quickly. So to me, that was very surprising, and I I felt that, which of course some of my internal bias supporting Trump is going to play into this, but the fact that I had asked them to stall my or pause my appeals process so that I could gather the evidence they needed, and I hadn't even submitted it, and they still approved me, I felt as though the only explanation of that would be a huge reduction in the amount of cases that they were working.
Wouldn't it have just made more sense for them to approve you to reduce the amount of applications?
No, the name of the game with and
So
this is coming from three healthcare providers.
Just sorry, maybe I didn't phrase that question right. Okay, just to be clear.
Yeah.
If they were
Yeah.
trying to quickly reduce applications, that is when they would approve things without all the paperwork. So literally having more migrants in the system would actually cause them to freaking stop doing more work in order to approve something without the paperwork. If they had less people in the system, that means they had more time to do investigations, which means they have more time to do paperwork, which means that they would have then therefore had plenty of time and capacity in order to request that paperwork for you and get it all processed.
No, because the reason that so everybody under 49, unless you're blind or paralyzed, everybody under the age of 49 gets denied on their first attempt, not because for any real reason other than the disability Social Security office. They know that the rate of suicide for people who are applying goes up the longer that they're waiting. So when they have a lot of cases, in order to not pay out shitloads of back pay all at once, I'm so sorry if I'm not allowed to curse. Is that
No,
okay
just what you're saying is just complete bullshit.
Okay. So
that is complete and utter bullshit.
Hold on. Let me finish the point.
I don't know if I should, because that's bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't know why we should need to move on to the next point, because that is pure bullshit.
Which part is bullshit?
You just said everyone got denied unless you're blind or paralyzed on their first try. That's bullshit.
Under 49? The denial rate is 85% for people under 49.
That would not be everybody right off the fucking bat. So you're already misrepresenting. Even if your own change is correct, that's still misrepresenting.
You can fact check me, but the denial rate for people under 49 or 50
you
and
said
below
no one
85%.
gets approved if you are not blind or paralyzed under the age of 49. 15% and 0% is literally an indefinite difference.
Well, that 15% is people who are blind and paralyzed.
Oh, yeah, that's not true.
That's what my lawyer told me.
Oh, so now you had a lawyer. So your lawyer was working on this the whole time.
No.
Oh, so now you don't have a lawyer.
No, I consulted a lawyer, but he did not take my case.
I wonder why that is.
Because he said that because I'm young, I wasn't going to get a lot of money, and so his cut wasn't going to be enough. I offered to pay him my whole back pay, and he said he's legally not allowed to take more than 25% of it. But he was generous enough to consult with me.
Approval rates for disability are lower for individuals under 50, with estimates falling between 40 and 49%.
When was that updated?
I can pull that up and we'll see.
Can you pull statistics
June 2025.
From 2020? Can you pull statistics from 2022 to 2024 for Virginia?
This data was. Do you think June is collected from just 2025?
Well, I would
if
think
it was pulled in 2025, it's probably
months.
Data from a long time ago.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, then I'm glad that lawyer didn't take my case. But is that for total? Because he told me it was 40 to 50% for total. I'm talking about the first round of appeals.
Here's a different one that's older. It's even better right here. Approval rating for ages 40 to 49 is 42%.
For
Well, why is that? Oh shoot!
for
Sorry, that's
the whole
wrong.
process, or for the first level of for the first level.
Analyze
of
the
denial
correlation
on
between
application.
age and SSDI approval rates can provide valuable insight for prospective applicants seeking financial assistance due to disability. Recent data reveals distinct trends among various age brackets. The results of survey illustrate this is the total number of people applying versus the total number of people that are finally approved.
Finally, yeah. So I actually thought the final number was actually higher.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm talking about the first level. So of the 4 levels,
Sir,
the last
of the
one being
first level, okay? If you take 100% of the first level, 42% of the people that apply at that first level get their final approval.
in the first appeals. Because I know the overall total is 52. That's after the people who go through all 4 levels of appeals.
52 is the
total approval
average
rate is
percent of
52%.
all age groups.
Yeah, after the 4 appeals. I'm talking about level 1. So
I
the
don't
level
know,
1
sir.
is
I don't know why you're breaking this down and moving it into a different position, right? Like it doesn't make any sense. You're trying to make a point that doesn't matter. You're
Well, that
trying
was
to
the
be
whole-
like, oh, let's
this
break it
is-
down by first time and an appeal and second time an appeal and third. I'm talking about the whole thing. People apply, 42% end up at the end. If there's
I thought it
100
was
people
higher, but I
that
was
apply
talking
on their
about
first shot
just
between
the first
that's
application.
just people under the age of 50.
For what?
You said that people of 49 or under have a 15%. Well, first you said 0% chance. Then you said 15% chance of getting approved. It's 42%
on the first round. On the first round.
of the first round, second round, third round, fourth round. Sir, you can't have 15% approved in the first round and then 42% approved at a later round.
You can, because you definitely.
Why are we
'cause they
fucking
want-
talking about this?
We can talk about a different subject. Again, it's your show. I have to respect that.
No, why am I talking about this? What the fuck does this have to do with Donald Trump?
Because in my experience, I had a much better time accessing the
Donald Trump became president. You
care
got
that-
approved 29 days later. Donald Trump didn't do shit to make that happen.
It was 39 days. But
Donald Trump didn't do shit to make that happen.
I believe that. Well, he signed the CBP 1 thing that took effect an hour after his inauguration.
CBP 1 literally brought in freaking documented migrants, okay? And if he stopped it then none of those documented migrants would have been there in that amount of time.
What do you mean? The people that
You're telling me that the
there was a
CBP
woman
act
who
that had documented immigrants come over to the country that weren't even in the country, that he signed that and then all of a sudden they now weren't able to come to the country and then apply for disability immediately? Are you fucking kidding me?
that was my experience.
That was
my
not
experience.
your experience. That is your feelings.
Okay, that's my feelings. That's my
Okay.
feelings. The core question is, why do I support Trump? That's part of it.
And
But we
it's your
can move on.
feelings.
It's your
Understood.
show. We can move to a different subject.
No,
if
I'm
you
good.
want. Okay.
No, like I'm good
So-
talking to you. I'm gonna go do something else with my life.
Okay, I tried to be respectful. I'm
You
sorry
were
if I
respectful. I
came
have no
across
problem with that.
disrespectful.
You were respectful. You lied and that whole thing was bullshit, but you were respectful. I'm just done talking to you because I've been talking to you for almost a fucking hour.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I
So
I
have a
didn't mean to
wonderful
take up
night.
so much
Okay.
of your time. You as well.
All right. Y'all, I don't know what's going on. Everything's all fucked up. TikTok's all fucked up. Freaking YouTube's all fucked up. Everything's all fucked up. So I'm going to get off for the night. I'll be on tomorrow night, I guess, at some point. I'm tired of fighting this thing. To be completely honest with you. Sorry, there were some super chats I should have gone through. Tara, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Said, well, this is sad. I don't know what the hell I'm doing over here on YouTube, but you sound great. See, I told you guys it's the TikTok thing just crashed out, man. It freaking went nuts. Thank you so much, Tara. W's in the chat for Tara. Mel, thank you so much. Said if he's breathing, he's lying. That's for damn sure. How to Live with a Smile. Thank you so much for the membership. FFT said Iran's just another distraction from the Trump lies. That's for sure. He'll literally start World War III before he releases those files. That's for sure. Yeah, Scott, stop bragging. It's not fun anymore. Okay. Mr. G said war equals money, defense contracts, weapon sales, one missile, one jet, one drone, millions of dollars, multiply that by 1,000. Who gets the commission? Politicians. That's all. All right, y'all. I gotta go.